All right, folks, get ready for another hot day here. Thanks so much for joining us at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. We do have team coverage for you today. Dana Marie McNichol tracking the possible rolling blackouts. Chris Grow breaking down what to do if you lose power. But we're going to start with Evan for a check of that forecast. What can we expect now, Evan?
Another hot day ahead for San Diego County. It looks like those temperatures are going to be heating up easily into the triple digits for our inland valleys this afternoon. Along the coastline, we're likely going to be a few degrees warmer than yesterday. Yesterday, San Diego made it to a high of 86 degrees. Today, downtown could make it to 90, but for the most part, we're going to stay in the upper 80s out there. 101 is an average for this afternoon across your inland valleys, but some spots like El Cajon could easily warm to 104 degrees as your forecast high. The mountains sticking with mostly upper 80s, 107 out there for the deserts. Heat lasts all the way through Friday, today, tomorrow, and Friday. And then Friday afternoon and evening, we start to see the arrival of what will be a post-tropical cyclone. Right now it's Hurricane K, but it will break down as it makes its way up towards us. And as it breaks down, we'll see the remnants of it. Some showers, some thunderstorms in the forecast for this upcoming weekend, but it'll take some time to get to us, right? That's Saturday and Sunday mainly that we're watching that wet weather on the screen. So for today, for tomorrow, as well as Friday, that excessive heat warning remains in effect. And you're being asked, of course, to conserve power in the wake of it. So facing the possibility of those rolling blackouts yet again. And our state's power grid could hit another all-time record high. It comes as a flex alert is happening today for the 8th day in a row. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol has more on that end of it. On today's 8th day, Dana Marie, this is, of course, yet another instance of people saying that the stress on the power grid is going to be tremendously high.
Oh, absolutely, Evan. I mean, the flex alert means that they're asking you to conserve energy between the hours of 4 and 9 p.m. because of how much stress is on our power grid right now, especially because of so many air conditionings running at the same time. Now, if you were on your phone around 5:45 last night, like I was, you would have gotten an emergency alert from the governor's office asking you to conserve. And after that happened, we're actually being told it reduced the overall power usage in California. So it did really make a difference. Now, we spoke to the chief executive at Ohm Connect. That's a free service that actually rewards you for saving energy. And here's what he had to say.
So it's a bit of this vicious cycle where, like, the heat itself causes people to use more electricity, and then the heat also, like, makes the grid itself a little bit less efficient.
Now, in the event of a need for a rolling blackout, here's how to find out if your power will be shut off. SDG&E has a list of all of the areas it serves on their website. Now, the list is in order of which circuits it would turn off first. SDG&E says it would begin cutting power from first half a dozen circuits listed on that list. Those circuits would be without power for about an hour, and the next set of circuits would follow. Now, of course, the need for these outages all come back to supply and demand. Today marks the 8th day of flex alerts. They're meant to encourage people to voluntarily conserve energy and avoid those blackouts. Now, of course, if those blackouts happen, you do want to be prepared. That's where we have Chris Grow. He's in the newsroom to break down everything that you should have in terms of potential blackouts. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, DMC. And just taking a look at our phone right now, we know that El Cajon going to be hot, about 104 degrees. So if you are living in this area out here in the East County, then you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention, because while that level 3 alert went off yesterday, we saw that a lot of people went ahead and conserved energy. It's still potentially a possibility today. We could still potentially see blackouts, especially after the iOS went ahead and said that our projected use still goes ahead and says that we could still be seeing a similar forecast in terms of usage, which could trigger similar alerts. So take a look at your screen right there. You can see a number of tips in hand there, starting with food. You're going to want to make sure that you're freezing water ahead of time. Put that in your fridge in case the power goes off, and then limit how much you open up your fridge. Then make sure to turn off and unplug electrical appliances or any equipment. You can also keep flashlights in reach and don't use candles because those can cause fires. And anything that you may need to charge, including your phone, make sure you get that done. Make sure your phone is charged, because when that power goes out, you won't be able to turn that back on once that hits 0% battery. Now, we went around El Cajon yesterday, because not only was it so hot, but it was on top of the list for SDG&E to have those potential rolling blackouts, to talk to folks here about how they would react. Take a listen to what they had to say.
We checked into a hotel. So if we have to do that, we were going to do it over the day weekend, but the prices, the cost of staying in a hotel shot up. Yeah, it's hard on the pets. It's really, really hard if you don't have air conditioning.
Now, of course, there are a number of things that you can do to prevent, or not only to conserve energy, to try to do your part to prevent the blackouts, but also to prepare in case those blackouts do occur. You can go to our website, cbs8.com, click on that story link for more tips.